Everyone knows that awesome feeling when you're playing your favorite RPG and then you level up. What follows is always a very important decision, spending your next perk point. So today we will be talking about the perk system in Starfield. First of all, in Starfield, perks are called skills, so I will be referring to them as skills from now on. The skills are divided in 5 categories: physical, social, combat, science and tech. Each category has 4 tiers and each skill also has 4 ranks for you to go through. How this will work: you first unlock the skill by spending a skill point. Then you get the benefit of the first rank. To get the other ranks you need to do a challenge, and after completing it you spend another skill point to unlock the next rank. And you can do this up to rank 4 on each skill. But I don't think you can just start unlocking and progressing every skill that you want, because the skills are divided in 4 color-coded tiers. In video games these colors usually represent common, rare, epic and legendary. This tier system isn't confirmed, by the way, it's just something that seemed logical from the trailers. Another thing that supports this are the starter skills. We will get to those in a minute, but just know that all starter skills are coming from the top row, so presumably the common skills. And if we look closely at this shot, we can see that the skills that aren't unlocked yet are grayed out. But if we look to the left and right categories, they have grayed out skills and blacked out skills. And it seems like the whole bottom rows are blacked out. I think this means that the blacked out skills can't be unlocked at all, and you would first need to spend a certain amount of skill points in the row above it. Now that we know how the skill system works, let's dive into the actual skills. You will obtain the first 3 by choosing a background in the character creator. These 3 can be from different categories or all from the same one, depending on which background you choose. For example, if you want to go deep into the social skills, you can choose Diplomat. That will start you off with 3 common social skills, which then will allow you to get to the higher tier perks a bit earlier. To give you a better understanding of what these 5 categories entail and the types of skills you can expect, let's have a look at all the skills that have been revealed so far. I'm gonna start with combat, since we know the most about this category. Almost all the combat skills will have to do with the amount of damage you do in combat, starting with pistol certification on the top row, which does 10 extra damage with pistols. Then we have lasers, which does 10% more damage with laser weapons, and dueling, which does 10% extra damage with melee weapons. For the skill ballistics, we actually know all 4 ranks. The first 3 each give 10% more damage with ballistic weapons, which are just weapons that shoot normal bullets. And the 4th rank will increase your range with ballistic weapons by 30%. The last skill from this row we don't know for certain, but will probably just give you extra damage with shotguns. If we go 1 tier higher, we have demolitions. At rank 3 it will give your explosives 30% extra damage and explosion radius, which seems really good for just 1 skill point. Then we have heavy weapon certification. At rank 4 it gives you 30 damage resistance while aiming down sights with heavy weapons. Since your mobility is probably not gonna be the highest while wielding heavy weapons, this skill will certainly be a great addition for your minigun tank build. The other 2 skills we don't get to see, but if I had to guess it would be something to do with stunning, probably for melee combat. And the other one will likely be rifle certification, so more damage with rifles. For the 3rd tier we have targeting, which increases your accuracy and range while shooting without aiming, also known as hip firing. Then we have sniper certification, which makes it so you have less sway on your scoped weapons. And we also have rapid reloading, which is a perk that is probably useful for a lot of builds, since it encompasses reloading for all types of guns. At rank 4 it gives you a chance to reload your weapon twice as fast as normal. The other 2 skills in this tier we can only see the name of. The first one, marksmanship, might have something to do with the effective range of your weapons. And the other is called particle beams and is likely another laser weapon skill. Moving on to the highest tier of combat perks, we don't get to see any descriptions, so we will have to speculate a little bit. Looking at the icons, I would say that the first one is armor penetration. The second one is limb damage, and the 3rd one is headshot or weak point damage. Moving on to the social skills. Here we almost know all the common skills, First we have bargaining. It allows you to buy items for 5% less and sell for 10% more. Then with diplomacy you can force an NPC below your level to stop fighting for a while. In third we have gastronomy, which makes it so you can craft specialty food and drinks and research additional recipes at the research lab. After that we have persuasion, which gives you an increased chance of success on speech challenges. The last perk in this tier we don't know for sure, but looking at the icon I think it will increase the amount of credits you find in containers. To further support this we also have this extremely blurry background footage. When the player loots something he progresses a skill challenge. Looking at the shape of the icon, it's definitely a social skill. So I think the challenge was finding X amount of credits in containers. The other social skills we don't know, so I'll do some quick guesswork. For these two I was thinking that maybe one of them would increase the amount of credits you get from jobs or quests. The one with the gorilla will probably have to do something with taming animals. And I think the last one increases your chances of finding rare valuables. For the highest two tiers I want to pick out a couple more that make sense to me. This one is very likely to have something to do with your companions. And I think the bottom left one will allow you to make a NPC below your level fight for you for a short duration of time. Next up is physical. The first one is wellness. It gives you a flat out 30 extra points of health. And second we have weightlifting, which increases your carry capacity by 10 kilograms. Because health and carry capacity are here, I expect there to also be a stamina related skill. In Starfield, stamina is measured in oxygen, so the skill is probably gonna be called something like lung capacity. I think other skills in this category will have to do with things like unarmed combat, resistances, sneaking, and we can also see a couple that likely have to do with mental strength. So we will have to wait and see if and how that's implemented in Starfield. For the tech category we sadly didn't get to see it in the skill menu, but luckily we did get to see some skills from other parts of the game. First up is robotics. This will increase your damage against robots and turrets by 10%. Next is security, which allows you to hack advanced level locks and lets you bank 2 auto attempts. Hacking is just Starfield's version of lockpicking, and it consists of a little minigame now. The last skill in the tech category that we have seen is starship design. It seems like you need this perk if you want some higher level parts for your ship. Besides these, another couple of skills I see fitting in the tech category are skills around outpost building and crafting, especially the crafting of weapon and armor attachments. The last category I got for you today is science. We only know one of the skills here, and that's medicine, which increases the effectiveness of your medpacks by 10%. So it seems like medpacks are the new basic healing item, just like stimpaks and potion of healing in past games. I think that the other skills in the science category will have to do with exploration and your scanning abilities. Also, I expect there to be some skills surrounding the outpost and definitely the research projects that you perform there. That covers every skill we know so far and how the skill system will likely work in Starfield. If you already have some favorite skills, leave them in the comments. And if you're interested in more Starfield content, consider subscribing, because there is a lot of new content coming after the Starfield showcase on June 11th. And then I want to thank you all for helping me on reaching the 100 subscribers, and then I hope to see you all at the next video.